for future, at some point, the Culture Diversity Day.
Yes, the diversity day, yes.
I got the agenda with notes, but I think I'm missing the page.
How's everybody? You've been so far outside of your own reading. No personal.
Think the sound is pretty cool.
early.
Somebody hit the dumpster or something like that? That noise.
Loading dock.
That's right.
That's where the sound is coming from.
Go over here in the,
What's up, Corey?
what's going on? Go over here in the no mask zone.
Okay. We got our, the board members here that will be in attendance. We have one board member, Ms. Danielle, who, will not make it this evening. So, do we wanna go ahead and call this meeting to order?
Will you wait until 5:30?
That's all right,
It's red.
Oh, hot mic?
Yeah,
Why would it be red and not green?
That's what I was thinking when.
it was red in my mind.
Yeah. Oh, well,
You know, I panicked laughing because we agree. So we'll call the meeting to order.
that's what it is.
I'll second that.
And I'm gonna, Ralph and I kinda talked a bit about it, but I'm gonna go ahead and go through the bulk of this meeting with it, kind of like our first meeting that we had when the council was formed. And then, we'll move on, with Ralph having these on after this point, but we do, the packet that we have, the agenda should be on the front of it, and we'll go, down the list for the agenda. So first thing that we wanted to do is welcome our two new board members, Ms. Meg Hawkins and Ms. Jacqueline Gall, and we'll just do some introductions around the table. I guess, Jayla, we can start with you and name, maybe what you do and what interested you in the Diversity Council.
Okay, so like I said, I'm Jalen Hughes. I'm an assistant principal. What drew me to this council was just me wanting to be a part of something that affects change at a greater, level, and along with people who think like I do, just affect some change. It's really why I'm here.
Corey Parks, work for the Chamber of Commerce. I think for me, it's kind of multifaceted why I wanted to be involved, but most importantly, just kind of balancing my personal and professional opinions and what makes me me, and advocating for people that look like me, to be in the best position possible to succeed and push our community forward in a meaningful way.
Wayne Dickerson, All-in-K Tree Service here in town. My reason for joining is because I just wanted to affect change in a place that I know I could, to be able to help people and give a voice to some people that may not have a voice. I have plenty of connections because I've lived here almost my whole life, so I know plenty of people in different avenues to be able to help get things done. So I figured if I got it, why not use it?
Raphael Marlowe. I'm an educational administrator for Arch Forward Co-op out of Plummerville. And I like serving. The kids I work with are disadvantaged kids. A lot of things I do with them, I have to represent them. I have to make sure that their voices are heard and things like that. And so it's something that I just enjoy doing. And like they said, I mean, it's something that we got to deal with. It's an elephant in the room a lot of times, and I'm quiet and reserved, but I don't mind speaking my mind when it's time. And so that's kind of why I'm here.
I'm
Mr. Marlowe.
Hello.
I'm Jacqueline Galt. I'm the Assistant Vice President, Branch Sales Manager for Arvest Bank. My reason for wanting to be a part of this board is I'm a native of Faulkner County all my life. So I've watched a lot of change that has taken place in Faulkner County. And Conway has a lot of positive going on, but yet, to me, the youth don't realize that there is diversity in Conway. You always hear this negative side. So along with the other community services that I'm involved in, I thought it would be a good thing to be a part of a board and have a voice for the younger generation, as well as, again, I watched Conway. Where I'm at now was all woods. So to be able to say, hey, I've watched Conway come a long way, and to tell my story and to get people to realize that there's a lot that we can do in Conway if we just put our foot forward and make our voices be heard.
Cool.
Well, my name is Meg Hawkins. I'm an insurance agent for McGee Insurance Agency here in Conway. My reasoning, I mean, ditto to everybody, pretty much everything y'all said. Mine's a little personal. I was one of those growing up that had a lot to learn. I had a lot to learn about every type of culture out there. And over the years, I have seen more within our government, especially on a federal level, that we need to educate. We need some change, like y'all said. And so I'm willing to jump in and get my hands dirty if I need to, and try to educate our community and get people to listen and to actually dialogue. So.
Love it. Hearing it again from you all and then hearing it from our news, like Jalen said, I love it.
John, why are you here?
Right. My name's Shawana Rod. Because it falls under my department for one, and I am the Diversity and Economic Development Coordinator, but I also, in forming the idea of forming a Diversity Advisory Council, we just thought it was important to be able to get with some community members to come together to see how we can bring our community together collectively. And to do that, to have different, sometimes it's always good for growth, not just for yourself personally, but for your community. When you have people with different perspectives, different ideas, and we can all come to the table, can agree to disagree when needed, and be able to still come together for a goal that betters ourselves, and not only ourselves, but betters our community at whole, as a large, at large, y'all know what I mean. Yeah. So to have everybody here, I'm elated. I'm excited about this year. I'm excited about some of the things that we have planned as we go further along, and I'm just ready for us to kind of get in and start getting some things done.
Shawana, can I add one more thing?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Because y'all haven't heard me say this, but I think whenever we met the first time, or maybe it was the second time, I talked about the opportunity that we have to kind of be the voice of reason, but also the voice of change. Because I think that within this group, we all have different opinions on kind of what will be the right thing for us to do moving forward. But I think that we have to be mindful that this is an advisory board, and it's not. And with that, there's certain things that we can affect. But I think that this existing is important for sure. But I think we have the unique position, having the privilege to serve in this capacity, to then say to the community, like, hey, look, progress takes time, and some people are going to want more progress and some people are going to want less. And so we have the ability to find somewhere that happy medium and communicate that to where Conway's the best it could possibly be from all fronts of diversity. So I didn't include that in my initial spill, but.
No, that was good. I appreciate you adding that, but that is true. So excited. We'll move into like our positions currently. Currently, we have Mr. Raphael Marlowe serving as our chair. We have Wayne Dickerson as our co-chair, and we have an open position for secretary. I would say with this year coming in, leaving chair and co-chair as is and opening the floor to nominate the secretary or someone to volunteer for that position, but you guys would have to need to vote on that portion.
This is gonna sound worse than I want it to, but I'm just gonna say it and then I'm gonna explain it. I feel like one of our ladies should hold that position. And the reason, and the reason being, with the other two leadership positions within the group being both males, I think that would be not reflective. That would not be reflective of diversity, in my opinion. And so that's what I would put out.
I think he's deferring himself out of the picture.
No, I'm actually not. I
think he's deferring himself
I
out
was
of the
just
picture
like,
here.
man, we got two male. I was like, maybe
I
we.
was gonna say his name. I think he's deferring himself.
No. I think that we should have more diversity in our leadership of the group. I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
But it doesn't have to be that way. But I knew as soon as I said it, it was gonna.
Do you want it?
No pressure.
I am not a secretarial person, but I will do it if you don't wanna do it.
You wanna do it right now and then maybe another year I'll take over?
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
And just to add, we need detail.
Trust me, that's why I was like, I really don't want to do it because I put lots and lots of details.
That's perfect. So y'all, can we get a
So moved.
motion?
I'll motion that.
Second.
Okay, what's your name? Cause I got who it was
Wayne
motioned by.
Starting.
She's already on it.
Sorry.
Motion by Wayne Dickerson.
Wayne Dickerson.
Okay.
And then second by Corey Parks.
Already gonna have detailed minutes, look at you.
I apologize up front.
No, you good. You good.
So move.
We got a motion and a second.
Mm-hmm.
So move.
Move the.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
I told you I already got them.
You good.
I'm up here getting my computer, cause I take notes too, Ms.
So Mr.
Jacqueline, so I help.
Do I say you completed the motion or Mr. Marlowe completed?
Mr. Marlowe
Marlowe
completed the
did.
motion. Mhm.
Not playing around.
I'm sorry.
I love
I
it.
like it.
Second, Corey.
I
Okay.
seconded.
Corey second.
See, Jacqueline, you on it already. Awesome.
Videos also will be on YouTube, they live on YouTube, so you can always go back and watch them as well.
Awesome. Okay. So now that we have a new council member and a new secretary,
Welcome aboard.
that is perfect.
Timeline. I'm sorry. Timeline for the minutes to be turned into. You guys.
Add me and Ralph to them. But we can go through that. I'll probably say at least a week after the meeting. So by the following Thursday. Y'all, yeah, okay. All right. Now we're gonna go into some old business, and I will say that with the positions identified, that's currently how we have it set up, but that will, potentially change as we go along, Okay, so we'll take a look at our minutes for November. Did you guys get a chance to? We'll just need to, motion and approve those if there's not a change that needs to be made or correction.
So moved.
Corey?
I got it, Corey. I got it.
Alright, I'm gonna vote.
All in?
All in favor?
Okay, so we'll go ahead into our old business. Some of our old business that I have currently, some of our objectives and our goals. One was to get our group photo and then doing a monthly educational thing to the public in meeting our council. So it'll be like a summary of each council member that we'll post and feature on our social media pages. The other was a community forum and a cultural diversity day. So if we can now open that up for like open discussion, and we'll talk about it when we get further down in our action plan as well, and take a look at it.
All the things.
And if we don't have any discussion, we can go ahead and move to new business, or do y'all need a few more minutes? Y'all good or we good? Okay. So we'll go to our new business. If you take a look in the package that we have, we have our Diversity Advisory Council, naming our our board members, the term. Corey, we're glad that you're with us for
I was about to say, you're stuck with me the longest.
Well, yeah.
So apologies ahead of time.
Corey's renewed. Also,
So I drew the 1 year appointment last year, and I was like, hey, see y'all. It's been a good run.
That's what he thought.
I was kidding.
You renewed for 4 terms, we got them for 4 years now. And then following that is just the ordinance. This is the ordinance that was approved by City Council and stating the Diversity Advisory Council. Behind that, it's basically the dates yearly that we meet. So this year, these are the dates that we're projected to meet. So, they should be added to your calendar, and June 9th is gonna change. That one actually should have been changed. I apologize. I must have printed off the wrong one. That is actually gonna be a work session, so that will be a meeting that we are actually in person, so you can change that now. That's gonna be June 9th. That's gonna be a work session for us. And we'll talk about that when we get to the action plan, and we can kind of walk through that. But these are the date that we plan to meet. These will be set in stone unless something comes along that we absolutely cannot avoid. If it's something that comes along that we absolutely cannot avoid, we'll poll the council to see what date is a good day to meet that month, and we'll reconvene on that particular day.
So can you clarify, what you were saying to remove is the meeting canceled unless necessary to meet for June 9th?
Yes, but
Okay.
it's gonna be necessary. We're gonna do a
Okay, perfect.
working
I
session
wanted to make sure that I
day.
heard that correctly.
Yeah, right.
And so the calendar invite that you sent has all of those on it?
I'll take a look at that and then resend that out to make sure everybody can just do it through Microsoft Office and Word or
Okay.
Google and save it to your work calendars.
Yeah.
But it will be those particular dates, that'll be set in stone. And we'll kind of look at that. You'll see what I mean by June 9th once we get to the action plan.
Okay.
Then behind, our meeting dates, does anybody have any questions about the meeting dates? Are we good on that?
We're good.
Okay. We created some bylaws for the Diversity Council, specific to the council. We won't talk about these tonight, but I want you all to take a look at these before our next meeting. And this will be a part of our discussion for our next meeting, to kind of really go through the bylaws, kind of have a discussion about it, kind of break down. But it basically gives us our rules and guidance that fall in alignment with the ordinances set by the city. So nothing that we do will override any ordinance or anything that's already set in stone by the city of Conway. But these are, I think, pretty detailed. If you all take a look at these prior to our next meeting, that'll kind of get us on the roll with that, to give us some form of, some identified structure. And then the last one is our action plan, and we can, do open discussion with it and following it. So with the action plan, we kind of sat down and just kind of thought about some things that the council probably needed to see, needed to discuss, or needed to do. So we wanted to make sure that we had a goal that we were actually gonna work on each month. We did take out July. If you see July and December, we may do some kind of Christmas gathering in December. We can do that. But July, we know that it's summer break. It's hard to get people together in the summer, and we wanted to be able to be mindful of that when it comes to the council. So it'll already be something maybe that you can help plan around, or whatever the case may be. So that won't be something that you'll have to worry about. So, January, we're doing diversity and bylaws now. But when we come back, we want to go over the bylaws and vote and approve the bylaws. So that'll be a detailed discussion as it relates to the bylaws that you all currently have, that we'll go over next month. So we'll know that's our goal and that's our objective. So between that time, we want to make sure that you thoroughly read those. If you have questions, write out your questions, and we can be prepared to kind of go through those when we come back for our February meeting. March, we do plan on meeting with the mayor and the chief as a discussion piece. We'll talk about that, questions as it relates to that. We'll send in questions prior to, so we can make sure that meeting is structured and that we can make the best of the time or the hour that we have. All of our meetings, we do try to keep within a 1 hour time frame from 5:30 to 6:30. However, that may not always be feasible. Some meetings may be a little bit longer, but as you all know, the longer meetings that we have had have been very informative and very productive. So we don't want to waste your time, and we want to make the best use of all of our time. So we're going to try to do that. April will be meeting. We plan to meet with some of our council members and just have kind of a discussion about that so you can see what their jobs are, what they actually do. That'll be something that we can look forward to. And we are wanting to meet in May instead of having our official diversity meeting. We want to take that diversity meeting as a council meeting, because I don't know who all has been to a council meeting or if everybody is sure how they actually work. So I think that would be a good learning opportunity for the board as a whole to just kind of get in there and see what's going on. And then coming back in June with a recap of our meeting with the mayor, meeting with the council, and the city council meeting. But not only that, turning that into a work session so we can start coming up with some action items for 2023, right? So the latter part of that, you'll see, we talked about a community forum, or we call it a community roundtable for a while, but actually putting our heads together during those latter months and coming up with a structured strategy for how we're gonna do that, and implementing that in October is what we're projecting right now. November, we'll do our end of the year wrap up and review and preparation for 2023. So that's pretty much the action plan. Even with the action plan, take this in accordance with your bylaws. If you have any question, or if there's something that you would like to see, or see in 2023 or see added to this, write it down, bring it back, and we'll have that as well in our open discussion for next month along with our bylaws. So now I want to open it up for open discussion to see what you guys, where you guys are with the idea of the bylaws, the action plan, and your thoughts on it. Let me just general thoughts of it right now. We'll do detailed in February.
Just so y'all know, in the Slack group, it's just for information and updates. We don't discuss anything. Just so y'all know. Because I know we talking about discuss, so when you write your questions down, literally just write them down.
Write them down for the next.
Bring them next time. I like the guiding. Overall, I like how we have something each month to do, to check off. I like that a lot.
I think this will be well positioned because of this.
Good.
I think it flows well too.
Well, and I think it'll set a good foundation, because last year was that was the first year, but I feel like there were some growing pains, and so we're still trying to get established. And I feel like this will put us in the best position possible heading into 2023, assuming we get all out of this and able to attend and do all the things. But this makes me excited for 2023. Not that I'm looking past the next 12 months, but I think it'll be good.
I like having something to look forward to and knowing what to expect each time for the most part. So that way we can prepare and get ready for it. So good job.
And that was our whole thought and idea, to kind of give, because we wanted it to make sure that you guys were making sure that it happened, but we also wanted to make sure that we were giving you guys clear to add and delete, but actually setting something out that we can follow month to month. I'm excited about it, and I feel good about this year and accomplishing the goals, and all of us getting our minds and our hands in the work mode to bring some stuff to pass. And one of the goals that we potentially talked about, or that we're looking for potentially for 2023, is our Cultural Diversity Day. That can be something that we plan, look at in a work session to start planning for the next year, which is in May. But we can talk about it. It's in May.
I think the other thing this does, it helps us grow as a group. I think, oh my bad. What'd you say?
No, go ahead.
That's something in the middle. We coming back to that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
come back to
sorry.
that. Go ahead, we'll come
No,
back.
because I think last year we got so quick to produce an external product
Yes.
that we didn't grow as a group.
Yeah.
And I see that this year, this will help us grow as a group. That way, going into 2023, then having external products will be much easier after having spent a year working together and just kind of working on us and making sure we're cohesive and we're present. So yeah, but my bad, Wayne. I didn't-
No, you're good. What'd you say? Did you say something specific for May, or were you talking the next year or something?
No, that was next
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Okay.
When we talked about the larger event, because that'll be an event that we will need to plan for a year, at least. You know, it's the Cultural Diversity Day, it's not something we can look at a month before and say, hey, we're gonna do it.
Okay.
You know, I feel like, and I think you all would agree, if we do it, we're gonna do it with the spirit of excellence, and we're gonna make sure that it's something that our community as a whole can be involved in and enjoy, so we can be able to really bond with our community. But I do think that this is a good way for us to bond together, or all of us to bond together as a group and kind of see where that's leading us. So
Go team.
okay, and is that the end of our agenda?
Yep.
Well, that was new business and it's open discussion. Does anybody have any thoughts on, you know, tonight, the meeting as a whole? Jacqueline, Meg, y'all have any thoughts on?
I'm just excited, and like I said, looking forward to what we as a council can produce to put out to the community, just to show, hey, there is someone, there's a voice, there's someone that's listening, and this is what we're trying to do to help to better the city and Fulton County, because when you look at it as a whole, you got Enola and all these other places, when they go to UCA, CBC, or wherever they go, they're coming to the city of Conway. So this would just give us a way to put the diversity part and the city of Conway out there, and youth and everyone can just see this is what we do. And I'm sorry, I believe in doing it big or don't do it at all. So when we get ready to do something, we're gonna do it big, or we're not gonna do it at all. And it takes a group. Like it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a group to pull anything off.
I just love the fact that we're gonna have a chance to gel, and that y'all will have the chance to gel further, and to, like Jacqueline said, to implement, the great work that we're gonna come up with. I'm excited. I'm ready.
Shawana, can I go back to, you said the photo? Do you wanna do that? Do you wanna do that next meeting?
Let's do it on
We have
February
Bobby
meeting.
stay, meet us at 5:30 and do some group photos.
Mhm.
That way we can get that on the website.
We can do a group photo and a
We
headshot
can
of
do
individuals.
individuals if we need to,
Yes.
and then we
For
can
the
start
meeting
posting
council.
those.
Love it. So let me go back to our
Group
calendar.
photos next month.
Next month on February 10th, group photos. Group
What is our
photos,
attire
group-
going to be?
Thank you.
Good question.
Thank you.
I probably won't wear a hoodie. That's probably.
I don't wanna put a dress code on, y'all, depends on the individuals, but it
How
will
does
be,
everyone feel
now this
when
is
you
gonna
dress?
be what your, cause it'll be the group photo, but it'll also be your individual photo.
Business
I'll
casual.
probably have on a suit.
Now I'm finna,
I say
I'll probably have
I'm
a suit.
So a suit.
Oh, yeah.
he gonna have a suit on, I'm gonna have a nice dress on, I just know me.
Hold on now.
Hair gonna
We
be
gotta
on.
find, we gotta find something between suit and hoodie.
He said he wasn't wearing it, he said he probably wouldn't.
Okay, yeah, like
Yeah,
this.
like,
I can ride with this.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
Yeah.
business casual,
Yeah.
is that what
Mine's
we're,
gonna be.
you still gonna have on a suit,
Probably.
Jamie gonna have on a suit.
I'm gonna be relaxed. My everyday is like my orange or my yellow with jeans.
Yeah.
That's my everyday comfortable.
Yeah.
Like me putting on my work shirt on a Saturday or Sunday, it's like comfortable. I wear it all day and they're like the nice, good material. So it's like, you know.
So you
that's
wearing your
everyday
work
for
shirt?
me.
Is that what you're
I'm
telling
not
us?
gonna wear my work shirt.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
I'm not gonna wear that, but I'm not a dresser up. Or I'm
You got a suit coat?
Probably 7 minutes,
I'm not wearing a
10
suit.
max,
I
max.
didn't say a suit, I said a suit coat.
I'm not gonna wear a coat.
You got a nice button-up
I'll wear a
shirt, a
button up.
button-up
That's
shirt.
like
Okay.
You got a button up.
I'll wear a button up. That's max.
And I'll send a questionnaire to the group as a whole. So I'll add it to the email with the questions and you guys send it back to me individually. Cause I want some, it may be a surprise in there for everybody that, when you read it.
Questionnaire.
The questionnaire to go with your meet the council, we're
Oh,
gonna
man.
introduce y'all.
Hey, I think we should do, when we do the photo next month, every month after that, just designate your person for the next month to do.
I'm gonna pull them
Fill out.
She's
For
gonna
the
pull the
meet.
random,
through
it's gonna be a
diversity,
random.
randomly.
Oh,
So I'm gonna post
random.
it through the diversity page. So to kind of, we're gonna do like an introduction or meet the council.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. Cause we do, cause there's something that we do with the city with our Meet Me Mondays already.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanna tie us in somewhere up and through there.
Can I make a special request?
What's your request?
Can you remind us like 2 days or 2 days before that we're gonna do photos? Will that be part of the, will that be part of the agenda, I assume? Or,
Yeah, it'll be on the agenda.
cause I wanna make sure I got a haircut, and I don't look crazy.
I got you.
I just got a cut right before I showed up.
Look,
Right before I pulled up. I'm
Gotta get
That's
my,
what
gotta make sure, listen, gotta make sure my eyebrows are done.
Look at here. He sound like he going on a bachelor or something.
Hey,
That's what
look.
it sounds.
Bachelor of the
Look good,
town.
look
He has
good,
to
feel
look his
good.
best because it's gonna be posted on social media. You have to look your best.
Thank you. I already like her better than you.
Dang, he works at the chambers though. He's supposed to look good every day. He in front of people business every day.
Like I said, I wear my orange
Yeah, I
shirt.
work
If
at the
y'all get a
bank, but-
jacket, you get a jacket. If you don't, you don't.
Hey, they keep on messing with me. I'm in this orange and jeans.
I am, you said I
I am
am
who I am. That's what you did. You wanted to see community?
There you go.
This is a community worker right here.
I have a question. Is there a motto? Does the diversity council have like a motto?
Did I not put that in your package?
We need a cheer.
We don't have like a
We gotta
a
start with
slogan per se.
Go.
Yeah, like a we don't have like a Burger King.
Give me
You
a
know, your
date.
King. Your whatever, right?
Well, you can't always have it your way, and
It's
that's what
Conway,
Burger
you can have
King.
it.
True. Right, but I'm just saying we don't, we don't have a.
I was just curious.
That's a good thought though. I do like that. Good thought. You can put that, if you come up with something, put that down too for our discussion next month.
And do we, I guess, did you send them the electronic binder with like all the?
No, I'm working on that.
Okay,
So that's another thing. Thank you, Ralph, for reminding me about that. I will create a shared folder through Google Drive for documents for you guys. So you'll be able to pull what we have in there. So that'll be something. Well, that's something we're currently working on.
And I add my stuff from last year to that drive, cause I got one going.
Okay.
I really like the improvements that have been made already. I mean, I've watched some of the older meetings, and so to see from the jump, from the get-go to now, I mean, so major kudos to everybody. Yeah, good work.
So if we don't have anything else, this may have been a little bit shorter one, but we can move to adjourn.
This is the shortest thing we've ever had.
So moved.
I second. Yeah, we ain't never been. I second that.
All in favor? I'm on time now.
Yeah.
I wrote it down.
He said he was okay for that.
All right. You don't have to rush, but